The following is a WGN-TV sports presentation.
Chicagoans know the month of January can be brutal. Now the Bulls know that NBA schedule makers can be just as cruel in the coldest of months. But Phil Jackson's team has summoned the warm trade winds of victory to sail by 13 of January's 15 opponents. Now, all that remains between the Bulls and their voyage toward the best record in league history is the odyssey known as the Texas Triangle. Tonight, they'll attempt to navigate dangerous Olajuwon Pass and the stormy seas that surround the summit. Summit in Houston, the world champion Chicago Bulls look to get back on track as they meet the Houston Rockets. Hi everybody, I'm Wayne Larrabee and welcome to Bulls basketball on Channel 9. We should have a good one. The Rockets very tough here at home in the Summit. And this has been, as you know, a very busy month for the Chicago Bulls. In the month of January, it started with a loss up there at the top in Milwaukee. And between that game and the game on the 28th in San Antonio, it's been nothing but W's for the Chicago Bulls. As always, a pleasure to have Johnny Red Kerr alongside. But Johnny, we're in the middle of this Texas Triangle when a team goes out and plays all three Texas teams consecutively, and the Bulls are 1-9 in such trips.
This has been a very difficult time for them when you get the Bulls playing these three teams. I had a chance to talk to Phil Jackson before the game, and I said, Phil, not only has this month been tough, but coming through Texas, it's tough to win.
We look at every month as a coaching staff and we put up on the board game by game, date by date our opponent. Then we go, who's going to scout it, who's got the game preparation, etc. This month we looked at it and we said, man, we have a month like we had in November or December. I'm going to eat somebody's head around here. And lo and behold, we're coming out here and trying to do it. However, we knew that the end of this trip, this 6-game road trip in 9 days, finishing off in February in Phoenix, but this Texas trip first was going to be extremely tough for us. It always has been. It always will be. These are good teams and they're playoff-bound teams. And when we come down here, it's like we go into stranger going into a strange land. So we have to be very well prepared.
And, of course, you'll see Phil Jackson lead the Eastern All-Stars from the coaching box in a couple of weekends. But he leads a couple of star-studded lineups here tonight.
Absolutely. He'll have Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen with him at the All-Star game in Orlando. And representing the Houston Rockets will be Hakeem Olajuwon and Otis Thorpe, one of the fine power forwards in the game.
And, of course, here tonight, the Houston Rockets coming off a victory over Milwaukee. They will have back in their lineup Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max.
Yeah, Vernon Maxwell missed the game. He got suspended for the game in Chicago when he bumped into Jack Nees. He got fined $7,500. He was suspended for the game. And they had a guy step into the lineup, Avery Johnson, who was only on a 10-day contract, and it gave him a chance to play, Wayne. He got 22 points. So maybe they discovered something in that adversity that they suffered. But Mad Max is back. The crowd will be with him. It's going to be difficult to win again in the Triangle.
And we'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip coming off on Bulls basketball just ahead on Channel 9.
Chicago Bulls basketball is brought to you by Miller Lite, an official sponsor of the Bulls. It's it, and that's that. Your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers. Toyota, I love what you do for me. American Airlines, we mean business in Chicago. The people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. Your local McDonald's restaurant, where what you want is what you get. That's McDonald's today. The Chicago Tribune. Get in the game. Get a Tribune. And your local Ford dealer. Quality people, quality products. Your local McDonald's will donate $50 to charitables when any Bulls player slam dunks during this game. McDonald's, where what you want is what you get. Now featuring the triple cheeseburger at participating stores.
Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr, our producer, director Arnie Harris. We're at the Summit in Houston, Texas, where the Rockets are 14-7 at home, 23-19 overall, and the Bulls 37-6 overall and 16-4 away from home. Best record on the road in the NBA. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. So we begin with the Chicago Bulls, and we start with Horace Grant, who struggled the other night at San Antonio. John?
That's right. He was only 2 out of 8. He didn't make the All-Star team, but Horace is ready tonight.
Scottie Pippen had 16 points against the Rockets in Chicago and just missed a triple-double in that game.
That's right. He had 21 against San Antonio, 10 rebounds, played a very fine game.
In the middle, Bill Cartwright gets the challenge of taking on Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bill only had 3 against the Admiral in San Antonio, but he'll get more playing time, I would think, tonight.
In the backcourt, Johnny Paxson.
Pax shooting better each game. He had a 3-pointer in his 9 against San Antonio.
And, of course, Michael Jordan completes the lineup.
Michael Jordan, 39 big points. He's the key guy. He was the guy they come to see tonight.
Head coach of the Chicago Bulls, Phil Jackson. There's a look at his record. 73.9% winning percentage. Second winningest coach overall in Bulls history. And for the Houston Rockets, Carl Herrera gets a start in his 5th consecutive start up front.
Yeah, he's starting in place of Buck Johnson. He had 4 points in Chicago in 17 minutes.
The other forward's an all-star, Otis Thorpe, who's having an outstanding season.
He fouled out in that game in Chicago, but he had 12 rebounds and got 14 points.
In the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon, who can be devastating.
Yeah, the Bulls held him to 17 points in Chicago, but he had 3 big blocks.
Vernon Maxwell rejoins the backcourt, and he provides an awful lot of spirit.
Yeah, he'd only played 23 minutes, had 17 points. He can get hot in a hurry.
And Kenny Smith, who was bothered by a back injury in Chicago, is supposedly close to 100% tonight.
Yeah, Kenny was 0 for 2 in Chicago, 0 for 5 against Minneapolis Timberwolves, but he said his back feels better.
And 4th-year head coach Don Chaney. There's a look at his record overall. He became earlier this season the 44th coach to reach 200 wins in NBA history. And the officials for tonight's game: Joe Forte, Mike Costable, and Don Baden. Michael Jordan loads up. Oh, got to cover the drinks here as he anoints us. You know, it takes about a quarter for that stuff to clear the air.
Yeah, you know, he knew we didn't have that covered. He's trying to look at a big smile on his face.
He thought he got us. The Bulls in the traveling reds, as again, they're the officials. And the Rockets in the home whites with the red and gold trim. Olajuwon and Cartwright on the tip at center court.
You look at this strange alignment as we take a look at the all-time series, 48-38 for Bulls, but look at the way they spread out on this.
And the tip controlled by Otis Thorpe for the Rockets. Houston sets it up offensively. Kenny Smith, the point guard, right into Olajuwon. Vernon Maxwell on the perimeter. Smith again into Olajuwon. Rebound picked off by Cartwright to Scottie Pippen. Pippen taken by Maxwell on this trip. Cartwright way outside. Now Pippen off the screen by Cartwright, picked up on a switch by Olajuwon. Cartwright's all by himself. He's going to have Maxwell on him, and now they switch back. Well, Cartwright still has Maxwell on him. Pippen gets the step on the drive and leaves it short. Horace Grant works the floor for the rebound of the first 2 points of the game.
Good work by Horace coming off of that, really for him, as he said, it was a poor performance for him there, but he opens up with 1 off the floor and into the hoop.
Maxwell sets it up. He missed that game against Minnesota earlier this week due to a suspension for an incident in Chicago. Olajuwon off the mark for the 2nd time tonight. And the Bulls take over, leading it by 2. Pippen left unattended in the corner.
Horace
Grant. Herrera the rebound. Kenny Smith on the run. Bulls have 3 back defensively. Smith sets up the offense. Vernon Maxwell on the drive against Jordan. Runs into Horace Grant. Olajuwon has the slam. Rockets on the board. We're tied at 2 apiece. Cartwright to the high post, off to Pippen on the drive. Leaves for Cartwright. Scottie got a double team down low and had to give it up. Pippen looking for help now. Bulls showing very little movement in their half-court offense at the moment. Jordan has it swiped by Maxwell for the first foul of the game.
Maxwell didn't say a thing, just a little bit of a grin. He went right back. Michael made that move left, right, and was going to go back to the center on it. Here he comes left, and now he'll come back right, left. Fakes, gets hit across the arm. Maxwell on his first. MJ to the line.
Jordan, 35 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists against Houston, including a 3 of 3 performance from the three-point line. There's the Duck, Don Chaney. Outstanding guard for the Boston Celtics in one of their championship years back in the early 70s. Michael makes good on a pair. Bulls on the lead by 2. 2 minutes gone by. This is the first period. Maxwell. Vernon Maxwell with his first 2 points of the game. At 17 at Chicago on Saturday night. Cartwright down low against Olajuwon. Hakeem.
Yeah.
Yes, and a foul. Hakeem got him on the wrist. The foul is on Olajuwon. His first, second on the team. And a 20-second timeout taken by Houston as Bill Cartwright picks up his first 2 points of the game.
They got him across the wrist. Bill came in. Normally, Olajuwon likes to get him up high on this play for the block, but he went right across the wrist before he could get his hand up. Bill laced it through the net, and Don Chaney wants to talk to his team.
Phil Jackson visiting with his ball club. You know, it should be noted this will be the first time a Chicago Bulls head coach has led an all-star squad coming up in Orlando. And Don Chaney has worked through the season with the Rockets. I tell you, it's been a tough year. Expectations were high coming off a 52-win season of a year ago, a season in which the Rockets reached the 52-win mark without Hakeem Olajuwon for 25 games. One of the all-time leading rebounders, Redker, after all these years, is still 18th in the NBA in rebounding, ahead of what, Larry Bird and other stalwarts, Happy Hairston, and many others.
That was kind of fun.
Dave DeBusschere, you were ahead of him in rebounding?
Well, matter of fact, I read Bob Lanier's name in the paper. He's the mayor here, but not the same Bob Lanier that I'm ahead of in rebounding.
Yeah.
And a 3-point play completed by Bill Cartwright.
7-4, Bulls on top. 9:35 to go for the first period of play. Kenny Smith trying to penetrate. Otis Thorpe. Slashing with the hook for his first 2 points of the game. They've been right back for the Bulls. Cartwright out high. Michael Jordan picked up by Maxwell. Pippen's trying to post up down low. Morris Grant at the high post. Paxson looking to help. 3 to go on the shot clock. Jordan with the bailout from the corner. Olajuwon the rebound. Maxwell on the run. Kenny Smith the trailer. They reset the offense. Bulls back quickly in transition defensively. Kenny Smith to Otis Thorpe trying baseline. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Horace Grant. It'll belong to the Rockets.
Kenny Smith's going to have to take a shot just for drill to see if he can shoot. He's done a little everything out there, but hasn't even looked at the basket.
Rockets inbound underneath their own basket. Hakeem Olajuwon. Maxwell. It's by Jordan. Oh, a move on Horace Grant and a foul.
Terrific move all the way from the top of the 3-point lane. A great play. Vernon Maxwell's got 2 hoops in the game. He just back off that 1-game suspension. He comes on in, comes out, pulls it under, makes a beautiful play.
Oh, what a nice scoop. Utilizing the glass. Vernon Maxwell has 4 points, and there is a look at his numbers. Maxwell, as I mentioned, 17 points in Chicago, but only 5 of 13 from the field. Missing on the free throw. Rockets are not a great free throw shooting team by any stretch of the imagination. Stacey King is in the ball game now for the Bulls. On the drive, Pippen. Stacey King is on for Horace Grant. And the Rockets set it up offensively. Olajuwon dealing baseline. Double team by Cartwright. And
he traveled.
Pippen, and he traveled.
Pippen just slid in behind him, not to allow him to go down the baseline, and he ran right into the double team, kicked the ball over.
Almost 4 minutes gone by in this first period of play. Bulls on top by 1. Paxson picked up by Smith. Beats Jordan, and he can't save it. It'll belong to Houston on the turnover. Rockets set it up. Bulls are only 16-26 here in Houston lifetime against the Rockets. They're 4-16 at the Summit. Olajuwon. Double team by Pippen. Kenny Smith with 7 to go on the shot clock. Hakeem in the paint. Pippen had the rebound away from Thorpe, but Maxwell takes off the deflection, and he has 6 points. Vernon Maxwell.
Mad Max, they call him here. He's up and down. He can shoot you in or shoot you out.
Yeah, he'll get you 30. He had 30 and a quarter, didn't he, against Cleveland last year in a ball game? Bulls set it up offensively. King trying to post up. Cartwright's at the high post, and Pippen is the open shot. Thorpe the rebound. Bulls struggling a bit now from the floor as they did in the opening quarter at San Antonio on Tuesday night. Kenny Smith penetrating. Carl Herrera.
He made that one up on the way to the hoop, and a nice job of it. He was going to pass it off to Olajuwon. He was covered and adjusted in the air.
Jordan. Stacey King down low. Olajuwon takes it off the glass. Maxwell trying to give it up to Herrera and pass off the mark, out of play. Timeout taken by the Houston Rockets with 6:45 left to go in this first period of play. Phil Jackson and company are trailing by 3. On February 11th, the Bulls will be playing the New Jersey Nets as a special attraction. Sports Channel will present the Gorilla. Horace Grant checks back into the Chicago lineup.
Yeah, Horace Grant got knee in the thigh early. Stacey King came in for about a minute, and Horace is back.
Bulls missed 11 of their first 13 shots at San Antonio. And here tonight, they have missed 9 of their first 12 shots. Bulls resume offensively. Cartwright over Olajuwon. Kenny Smith picks off the long carry. Smith on the drive against Paxson. Good dish. Olajuwon for the slam. Hakeem with 4. And the Rocket lead is 5. Jordan on the drive. Grant is there. Hakeem got a piece of it. Jordan up and firing. Grant working the board, has to save, and on the save attempt apparently stepped. Oh, hang on. It was last touched by the Rockets. So it'll belong to the Bulls underneath the Chicago basket.
So a couple good blocks in there by Olajuwon. One on King and then one on Grant.
Pippen from the corner. We've got a foul as the shot hits the side of the backboard.
Carl Herrera picks up his first foul.
That is the third on the team.
Bulls have made all 3 of their free throws, so Scottie will get 2 here.
Scottie had 21 points and 9 of 16 field goal shooting, 10 rebounds, 5 assists at San Antonio, playing very well right now. Averaging 21 points, 7.6 rebounds, almost 7 assists per game. Pippen missed them both. Thorpe the rebound, and here come the Rockets. Houston leading by 5. Just under 6 minutes to go in the quarter. Maxwell on the drive, draws the foul. The slam will not count. Cartwright picks up the foul on the play. His first, second of the team.
Attacking the basket, Vernon Maxwell down the lane with the left hand. He comes on in, jumps right in. Bill just hooks him underneath the elbow. So Maxwell, who's missed a free throw, makes the first here of 2.
Bulls assistant Johnny Bach was saying, read that he expected Houston to be much more aggressive, especially at the guard position in this game tonight as compared to what they did in Chicago on Saturday night. Paxson brings it up against Kenny Smith. Bulls are trailing by 7, largest lead of the evening for the Rockets. Pippen looking for Jordan. 8 to go on the shot clock.
Olajuwon got.
He double teams Cartwright. Cross court to Paxson. 2 to go. Going to need a bailout. They don't get it.
Good defense. Very good defense. Olajuwon played it perfectly. Cartwright went out to the top of the key, but the pass went across to Paxson, and he couldn't control it. And when he tried to get it to Scottie, he just ran out of time.
Phil Jackson's club not in sync yet offensively, and just 3 of 13 from the field here this first quarter of play. Kenny Smith out of North Carolina. Vernon Maxwell. Otis Thorpe on the block.
Came over the top of Cartwright. Gets the hoop. A great play.
Took Cartwright down to the floor.
So that front court all-stars have 4 apiece. The Bulls are going to take a timeout, Wayne.
First timeout of the night for the Bulls. Phil Jackson and company have a lot to talk about. With 5:02 to go in this first quarter, they trail Hakeem and company by 9. On February 5th, the Bulls take on the Knicks. It's Richard's Wild Irish Rose Wine Night. The first 5,000 women 21 and older will receive a rose. Compliments of Richard's Wild Irish Rose Wine. Take a look at this. In the last 4:45, the Rockets have scored 14 of the 16 points over that period, and that's how they have built a 9-point advantage over the Bulls with 5:02 to go. First quarter. Paxson. The shooting woes continue for the Bulls in this first quarter.
Well, the Bulls in San Antonio were 2 out of 13 in the first quarter, and here they're 3 out of 14, and they played against 2 of the best centers in the conference. They blocked shots. David Robinson had 5 in the first quarter. Olajuwon's got 3 here in the first quarter here.
Olajuwon inside. Manufactures 2 more points. Hakeem with 6. 11-point Rocket lead. Michael Jordan leads for Pippen. Scottie, good move on Herrera. Pippen with 4. The Bulls back to within 9. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Kenny Smith plays to Olajuwon. Hakeem double teamed by Paxson and Jordan picks it off. Michael to Scottie Pippen. Oh, Pippen inside. Well, it wasn't pretty, Red, but they got the job done. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bulls back to within 7. Another steal, and here comes Chicago off the turnover. Jordan. Pippen pries it loose over Herrera. Driving baseline, and
Herrera on his second foul, right.
4th on the team.
Scottie tapped that ball back. Michael took the little jumper from the left side. He was able to reach over Herrera and tap it out to himself. And then he made the move. He might have hooked him a little bit down low. He did, and went up, and Herrera gets the foul. But that's what you get when you're a new guy in the league.
Yeah. Herrera being the rookie.
Yep.
Pippen off balance, pushed by Buck Johnson to the foul called on Buck Johnson, his first, and that puts Houston over the foul limit. Scottie would get 2 at the line anyway. It was a shooting foul.
Yeah, Buck Johnson just came in the game to replace Herrera, and Buck picks up the foul. So Scottie missed 2 free throws the last time he stepped to the line.
He's a 77.5% free throw shooter as you get a look at his work from Tuesday night. So he's not going to miss much more than 2 per game or thereabouts. Scottie will have another.
He and Horace, their free throw percentages climb dramatically each year that they've been in the league. They really have improved. They're good friends. They do things together, and it seems like their stats climb right along with it, you know.
Bulls with some light backcourt pressure. Rockets break it with no problem. Kenny Smith on the penetration. Leads for Thorpe. Nicely done. Rockets lead at 22-15. Thorpe has 6 points. Horace Grant posting up. Grant, nice drop to Cartwright. He was clobbered by Olajuwon, but stuck with it. 5 points for Bill Cartwright. Kenny Smith plays to Olajuwon. Hakeem to Vernon Maxwell. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. From the outside, it won't go for Buck Johnson. Olajuwon. Grant the rebound. Bulls on the run. Scottie Pippen gonna take it himself.
Yeah, Scottie, beautiful move. just did the little pirouette, so with 2:40 to go, Bulls pull right back into it.
And Scottie Pippen with 10 of the 19 Chicago points. Kenny Smith up and firing.
Well, we said Kenny Smith's got to take a shot. That's the first basket he's made in 3 games.
Yes, it is. He had no points at Chicago, no points the other night against Minnesota. Jordan on the penetration.
MJ gets his first 2.
Michael with 4 points, and we've got a blocking foul coming up on Scottie Pippen. As Kenny Smith took it across.
Gets his first there to third. Let's take a look at Scottie's offensive play here. He comes down. He's going to go to the right side. Watch him almost hit the line. Turn around. Oh, man, beautiful play. Let's give some good wishes also to a guy in our conference, a guy that's just made me feel good as an announcer watching him do games, and that's Dominique Wilkins. We hope that he comes back from that injury, and we see Dominic around on the floor soon.
Absolutely. Devastating Achilles injury that's taken Dominique Wilkins out for the rest of the season. Will Perdue just checking in for the Bulls. Timeout called on the floor. And we'll keep it right here with the Bulls trailing 24-21. Start your weekend right with the weekend morning news. Detailed weather, complete sports results and highlights, and the latest news Saturday and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Channel 9.
Hey, saw you with a special friend before the game. I guess Michelle is here, huh?
Yep, my sister Michelle was here before the game.
You know what's funny is you come on these trips and Michael Jordan and Scottie and these guys come in one time. You cannot get a ticket. So where is she sitting? Right next to Arnie, right?
She's in the truck, yeah.
Right next to Arnie.
Not even in the building.
Helps and direct. Yeah, that's right. Come on down to the game. I'd like to spend some time with you.
Yeah.
She's watching you on the monitor.
All right, right here with 2:20 to go, the first quarter of play. Let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
Wayne Larrabee with our producer-director Arnie Harris and John Redker. We're at the sold-out Summit in Houston. The Rockets and Bulls, and Houston had not long ago a 9-point lead, and the Bulls have sliced it back to within 3. There's a look at the Houston bench. Been a tough year, as I mentioned, for Don Chaney because the expectations were so high for this ball club. And the Bulls, take a look at their run in the last 2 minutes. They've scored 10 of the last 14 points in the game, and that's how they've gotten back into it after a slow start. Well, they start Red about 3 of 14 from the field thus far tonight in the first quarter.
Well, Olajuwon with 6 hits the Pines, and Tree Rollins comes in for him. So he'll be with Buck Johnson up front and Otis Thorpe.
Bulls are shooting 38% from the field in this first quarter, 65% for Houston on 11 of 17 shooting. The Rockets set it up offensively. Avery Johnson, who played so well against Minnesota, goes on the alley-oop to Vernon Maxwell. Not quite there. Chased down by Tree Rollins. Buck Johnson to Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell penetrating. Lost the handle on it. Tree Rollins takes it up. 2 for 2.
Otis Thorpe, I think.
Scottie Pippen sets it up. Jordan from the outside. Rebound, Will Perdue. Horace Grant. Horace with his second from the field. He has 4. Avery Johnson. And from the outside, the connection made by Buck Johnson. Hoping to get a little more production from Buck off the bench. They got 10 points and 5 rebounds off the bench from Buck Johnson the other night against Minnesota. Jordan sets it up for the Bulls. Final 2 minutes of play in this first quarter. Pippen on the drive. Blocked by Rollins. Taken by Johnson. No foul. Maxwell on the lead. Avery Johnson to Thorpe. Broken up by Jordan momentarily. Thorpe gets it back to Maxwell against Perdue, and Perdue commits the foul. First down to Will, 4th on the team.
Maxwell shoot 2 free throws here now. They throw the ball over the top. Thorpe throws it over the top, and Maxwell just attacks. Nobody stayed home on that play, and Maxwell brings it on in, drains the free throw.
Vernon's hit 3 in a row at the line now, and 3 out of 4 in the game. Under a minute to go. This first period of play.
See, he's shooting 41% from the field. Not really good for a guard, averaging 17 points a game, and he just fires anytime from downtown.
Yeah, he takes a lot of shots. No question about that. Paxson. Will Purdue posting up on Tree Rollins. Nice move. Purdue on the follow, wouldn't go. Tree Rollins the rebound. Avery Johnson in transition for the Rockets. Johnson just signed his second 10-day contract for Houston. He's been a real find for the Rockets. Maxwell sets it up, and the Rockets are going for one last shot. Actually, there's a differential of about 3 between the game clock and the shot clock. Avery Johnson on the drive. 1 to go on the shot clock. We got a foul with a second to go on the shot clock.
MJ on the foul.
First on Jordan. 5 on the team.
Avery Johnson making a nice move in. Michael reached for it, hit him on the hand, and with 4.7 to go, Avery Johnson now will be the second player from the Rockets to shoot free throws.
B.J. Armstrong into the ball game for the Chicago Bulls.
For Will. Spreads the floor out a little bit here.
Here's a look at Don Chaney and the Brain Trust on the Houston bench. And coming up, Sleepy Floyd in the contest for the first time tonight. Out of Georgetown. Avery Johnson back at the line. Looking for his second. Missed the first. He's got a second free throw coming up. And the Rockets lead it by 8. Here's the lead to Jordan. Guarded by Maxwell. MJ drains it with 1.6 seconds remaining. There's a long lead. Vernon Maxwell didn't get it off in time, and the first quarter has come to a close. The end of one quarter, Michael Jordan and company trailing Hakeem Olajuwon and the Houston Rockets 31-25. Wayne Larrabee with our producer-director Arnie Harris and Johnny Redker. We are at the Summit in Houston. That's the story as we begin the second quarter. The Rockets on top of the Bulls. Take a look at the numbers. The Bulls struggled again from the field. They were just 3 of their first 14 shooting from the field. The Rockets shot a nice 62%. The rebounds even. The Rockets, as usual, commit a lot of turnovers, and they had 4 in that first quarter.
When you look at the shooting percentages, 62 by 1 and 38, it's hard to believe that you're only 6 points down.
Yeah, that's right. You know, when you think about it, you're right. Bulls take over. B.J. Armstrong, Michael Jordan, the backcourt. Will Purdue up front with Cliff Levingston and Horace Grant for Chicago. Sleepy Floyd, Avery Johnson, the Rocket guards. Thorpe and Tree Rollins up front. And Jordan converts from the corner.
But he run Michael down in the post 2 times. He comes up with 2 hoops.
Buck Johnson completes the lineup for the Houston Rockets. Opening minute of play, second period. Sleepy Floyd finds Avery Johnson. With 5 to go on the shot clock. Floyd for 3. The Rocket lead is 7. Grant up high. Levingston picked up by Johnson. Nice move. Cliff with his first 2 points of the game. A minute gone by in the second period. Avery Johnson to Buck Johnson. Johnson can't handle it. Levingston takes it out of bounds. So it'll belong to the Rockets. Just in front of the Houston bench. Buck Johnson triggering on the inbounds. Avery Johnson out front, guarded by B.J. Armstrong, gets a screen from Otis Thorpe.
Avery Johnson, who spent some time in San Antonio, nails it for his first basket of the game. That's 3.
B.J. sets it up with Levingston out front. 10.5 to go first half. Bulls are trailing by 7. Horace Grant. Nothing but net, and Grant has 6 points. Sleepy Floyd quickly to the attack. Wants Otis Thorpe down low. They bloop it to Thorpe, knocked away by Horace Grant. Floyd gets it back.
The hand up, Horace. He's going to go for 3.
7 to go on the shot clock. Floyd from the outside. Rebound.
Yeah, they didn't keep the big guy off, and he can do that. He can rebound and power it back in.
The 36-year-old former Atlanta Hawk has 4 points in the game. Michael sets up the offense. Levingston out high. B.J. Armstrong gets it to Horace Grant on the cut. Grant clears to Armstrong. 4 to go on the shot clock. B.J. off the mark. Knocked out of bounds by Sleepy Floyd. It'll belong to the Bulls on the Chicago baseline. Stacey King back into the ball game. Replacing Will Perdue for the Chicago Bulls. Don Chaney pacing anxiously in front of the Houston bench. Jordan.
Oh, he double clutched. He still got the ball off. Didn't think he'd get it out.
Rollins the rebound. Avery Johnson. Sleepy Floyd for 3.
There he is. Got 6 points. Got 2 threes. Got long range.
Rockets lead by 10 with 9:10 to go first half. Michael had a notion from the 3-point stripe. Floyd comes up on him and they feed King inside. Nicely done. Stacey's first 2 points of the game. Lloyd with that high dribble sets it up now for the Rockets. Buck Johnson.
Good play,
Offensive
Cliff.
foul.
Good play, Cliff. Yes.
You're right. Did an excellent job of establishing position first. And Buck Johnson with the elbow commits the foul. Second on Buck Johnson. Offensive foul. Watch Cliff get there first off.
He steps through the screen and just takes the play. Good play.
The elbow, he got him a little bit on the push.
Yeah, good play by Cliff to go all the way through with the motion and show him what it was. So Bill Cartwright is back in. Olajuwon's in. Matt Bullard in forward for them.
Stacey King picked up by Bullard. Michael Jordan guarded by Sleepy Floyd. Jordan driving baseline. Rejected by Olajuwon. B.J. nearly had his pocket picked by Avery Johnson. B.J. with a bailout shot for 3. Leaves it short. Buck Johnson flies it loose to Avery Johnson. Bullard. Yes.
Good stroke. This kid's got a good stroke.
The Rockets rebuild a 10-point advantage with 8:11 to go. First half of play.
Bullard had 2 threes in that game in Chicago.
Armstrong sets it up on the half court for the Bulls. Stacey King against Bullard. Cartwright not expecting that pass on the cut. Johnson took it away. On the drive, we've got a foul coming up. Sleepy Floyd stopped by Cliff Levingston, and on Cliff, it's his first.
2 shots
on the team.
They're going to give him 2 shots. Cliff thought he got him before he went up.
I don't know about that.
He was in the motion.
Yep, he sure was in the motion of shooting. So it'll be 2 shots for Sleepy Floyd at the line. Timeout Chicago. 7:54 to go for the half. Bill Jackson and company in the hole by 10. Here's what's on tap halftime on Channel 9. We'll have, of course, our news break and NBA feature on KJ, Kevin Johnson, and highlights and stats, all just ahead at halftime. And you get a look at the score. Houston leading by 10, and we have 7:54 left to go till intermission. Sleepy Floyd heading to the free throw stripe. He has a couple of trays tonight for 6 points. His first appearance at the foul line. This shot may be a little close to the basket for him.
See that? He's 39%. You're right. He's 39% from the field. He's got 2 threes on 2 shots. Vernon Maxwell is a 41% shooter. And they've got him, what, 3 for 4 tonight.
B.J. Armstrong steps it up for the Bulls. Michael Jordan on the wing. Gets a screen from Stacey King. King rolls. Jordan hits him with a pass. Stacey had a partially blocked. Avery Johnson takes the backhand. points. 13-point Rocket lead, largest of the evening. Stacey King to Jordan, picked up by Bullard. Michael finds Stacey inside on Olajuwon, and he got a piece of it. King again. Stacey with 4. Hakeem now got about 5 blocks in this game.
A couple scares too.
Yeah. And at least as many scares.
Couple hurries.
Right. 7 minutes left to go in the half. Hakeem from the outside. He has a wide array of moves and shots. He is probably the most athletic center in the league. Pure athletic ability. Stacey King over Olajuwon with that moon shot of sorts. 6 for Stacey King. Bulls down by 11. 6:35 for the half. Eric Sleepy Floyd, veteran guard out of Georgetown. Buck Johnson. Off the screen by Bullard. Buck Johnson with the run.
Everything easy and soft in the middle for the Bulls. They've hit a couple outside shots, and now they get some runners. Intensity level is not at its top.
King stopped on the turn. Jordan goes right back to him. Double team. Stacey is fouled. It's going to be Bullard on the reach inside. His first personal foul. The first on the team here in this second quarter.
They pumped it in once to him. Then the second time it came in, Avery Johnson really missed to put the clamps on him. And he went to the middle, stepped back past Buck Johnson, and got hooked on the arm by Bullard.
Stacey King at the free throw line, double figures in 22 games. Had 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting from the field. 3 rebounds, 3 blocks at San Antonio in a gallant effort as the Bulls fell to the Spurs. Gosh, they had the governor of Texas there for that game, John.
Yep.
Held out all the stops, didn't they?
Stacey's got 8 points all in this quarter. The Bulls only had 25 coming in here.
Avery Johnson. Picked up by B.J. Armstrong. Hakeem Olajuwon's been red hot.
Yeah.
He's not even hitting the rim now. It's nothing but cord. 12 points for Olajuwon.
They only got him 13 shots, and that is really not enough to get a guy that's as effective as he is.
What a difference a venue makes. The Bulls held the Rockets to 41 points in Chicago on Saturday night in the first half of play. The Rockets already at 52. Cartwright. 7 for Cartwright. The outside Bullard.
He gets him too late. Pulls up as the trailer. They've got 3 3-pointers in this game.
And the Rocket lead is 14, largest of the evening. Cartwright in the lane over Olajuwon. Hakeem got there a bit late. Bill Cartwright with 9 points now. Under 5 minutes to go, second quarter.
They're going to have a tough time getting this kid Avery Johnson out of the lineup. He plays sound basketball, passes the ball around.
Avery Johnson from the outside with the left hand. Olajuwon the rebound, goes back to work in the paint.
He's all by himself, rebounding, takes the ball out, takes a little fadeaway shot.
Levingston on the drive. Buck Johnson the rebound. Rockets on the run. Avery Johnson penetrating. Floyd for 3. Rebound. Karam's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulls. 4:24 left to go in this first half of play. Scottie Pippen back into the lineup for Chicago, replacing Stacey King. As Don Chaney and company look on. There's Scottie Pippen. John, you've been mentioning the Bulls have been defensively. Here comes Craig Hodges for some outside scoring punch. The Bulls defensively have been soft in the middle. Is that because the Rockets were able to hit some outside shots?
Oh, yeah, they established that right away with the outside long-range shooting, and then you got the other guy just tearing you apart in the middle.
Olajuwon is too much to handle for one man inside the paint. Scottie Pippen, good move around the screen by Jordan, but left it short. Here's Bill Cartwright, the rebound, taken away nicely by Bullard. Picked his pocket clean. Sleepy Floyd. Avery Johnson. Buck Johnson.
Look at it.
Bullard. Finally, B.J. Armstrong the rebound. B.J. on the drive, coast to coast. Under 4 minutes to go. This first half of play. The Bulls are trailing by 12.
But Bullard was right there for that tap. He missed the easy shot. The Bulls came away with a fast break by BJ.
10 to go on the shot clock for Sleepy Floyd and company. Avery Johnson with 5 to go. Floyd just inside the three-point arc.
They're playing with perimeter basketball now, just waiting for somebody to sag back, and when they do go out and play them tight, they get the ball to Olajuwon.
9 points for Sleepy Floyd. Rockets on top again by 14. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go in the half. Cartwright has it poked away. Cartwright ties up Johnson, and they jump it up in the Chicago end. Numerous changes for the Rockets. Avery Johnson, Sleepy Floyd, Matt Bullard lead. Otis Thorpe back into the lineup. Kenny Smith and Vernon Maxwell back on for the Rockets. I'll tell you what, that Rocket bench provided a punch here tonight.
Absolutely.
2 ticks of the clock. Better than 3 minutes to go in the first half of play. Cartwright and Johnson on what appears to be a mismatch. Johnson doesn't even tap at
Caught it. Johnson caught it.
Do it. It's going to belong to the Bulls.
Phil looking for that lineup that'll produce a little something for him. He's got Scott Williams over there at the side. He'll come in for Bill Cartwright.
Give Cartwright perhaps the last 3 minutes of the half off.
When they came back in that game in San Antonio, Scott Williams and Stacey King played big roles. The bench players played a big role to come back and tie that game.
B.J. Armstrong, Craig Hodges, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Scott Williams. Hodges quickly with his first shot of the game for 2. Under 3 minutes to go. First half of play. The Bulls are trailing by 12. But they really haven't been able to put a stop on the Rockets here tonight. Rockets have controlled the tempo in this first half of play. A foul away from the ball down low. Scott Williams picks up the foul as he jostled with Otis Thorpe. First on Williams, second on the team. Out of timeout, Rockets with 2:33 left to go. First half of play, and the Bulls still trailing by 12. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Bulls may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago Bulls. Rockets resume offensively. Kenny Smith. Rebound, Buck Johnson. Working hard in the reverse. Johnson with 6.
Bulls getting their lunch handed to them on the offensive boards down there.
Hodges for 3.
That's how quick he can do it. He's got 5 points. He just checked in.
Well, you were telling me he was practicing his three-point shooting at the workout this morning. Vernon Maxwell sets it up for the Rockets. Off the screen by Thorpe. Tries to feed Thorpe. It's picked away by first B.J. Armstrong, then Craig Hodges. Here comes B.J.
Oh, B.J. You got to give it back to him. Let him take another 3.
Horace Grant one-on-one with Otis Thorpe. B.J. off the glass. Second from the field. 4 points for Armstrong. Under 2 minutes to go in this first half of play. Rockets leading 61-52. Kenny Smith resets for Houston. 10 to go on the shot clock. Smith trying to penetrate. Buck Johnson on the perimeter. Smith gets the step into the middle. Leads for Otis Thorpe. 3 to go on the shot clock. His fadeaway is nothing but net. Thorpe with 8 points. Pippen resets the offense for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen. It's a screen from Horace Grant. It's the step on Otis Thorpe. Olajuwon picks him up and commits the foul. Scottie had to make a double pump of sorts. Olajuwon's second personal, second on the team. First in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Boy, Scottie just found a little hole between Buck Johnson that time and Floyd. He went up, Thorpe went up, he found that seam, and then he came right in. Olajuwon was able to make a great move to draw the foul, the second one on him. Scottie split up 4 free throws.
Look at this.
Yeah.
8-0 on blocked shots. Hakeem has 5 of those 8 blocked shots. What did Robinson have the other night? He had
Robinson had 12 blocked shots. Robinson had 8 of them. So Another first half, high-scoring first half by a Texas team against the Bulls.
1 out of 2 at the line for Scottie Pippen, who has just broken even in 6 free throws here tonight in this first half, I should say. Thorpe looks to take it up. Horace Grant right with him defensively. Some pressure in the backcourt by the Bulls. Kenny Smith double teamed by Grant. BJ gets it away to Thorpe.
Take it from the top of the key. Your power forward, the dribble all the way in. Bulls did not close the gate on him that trip.
Final minute first half. B.J. Armstrong has 6 points. B.J. Armstrong. Mark Johnson sets it up for the Rockets. Let's see if they go for 2 for 1 here. They're not in a real hurry to get off a shot. Kenny Smith sets it up. 9 to go on the shot clock. Otis Thorpe with the pick. He rolls to the bucket. Good defense by B.J. Armstrong. Buck Johnson on the weak side. Rebound Scott Williams to Scottie Pippen. No shot clock. Final seconds of the half. From the outside, a three-pointer by Hodges. 8 points for Craig Hodges, his second tray of the half. Vernon Maxwell trying to beat the clock. Gets it away, but it's partially blocked and woefully short. Craig Hodges fueled the attack down the stretch of the first half for the Chicago Bulls, but Don Chaney and company have the lead over the Bulls. The end of 1.5 of play, 65-58. Halftime at the Summit in Houston, and the Chicago Bulls trailing the Houston Rockets. You know, just a few nights ago in Chicago, the Bulls held the Rockets to only 41 first half points. Well, tonight the Rockets have 65 first half points, 24 more than they had at halftime in Chicago Stadium. What a difference a venue makes, and the Rockets certainly like this one. They're home, the Summit in Houston. Time now for our news break with Allison Payne.
Participating advertisers in Bulls basketball are AT&T, the right choice. True Value. Got a tough job to do? You can do it with True Value hardware stores. Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. And the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. Play the lottery.
Well, this is only the second of a 6-game road trip for the Chicago Bulls that will end up in Phoenix. And Phoenix is the site and the scene of our feature tonight. KJ, Kevin Johnson, one of the outstanding stars of the backcourt of the NBA, who toils for the Phoenix Suns.
KJ with a stutter spinning move, driving.
A brilliant diversity.
Kevin Johnson.
Spread like stars.
Comes out to KJ. Here comes Chambers driving.
Like 1,000 points of light in a broad and peaceful sky.
Oh, what a drive by KJ.
On the court, he's number 7, the bright light of the Phoenix backcourt. But Kevin Johnson now has a number off the court as well. He's been honored as the 411th of President Bush's 1,000 points of light.
It's a real honor to be recognized by the President of the United States for anything I think that you do. That really meant a lot to me. No matter where you're at, you can be a light, a beacon of hope, anywhere.
Anywhere for Kevin Johnson is his hometown of Sacramento, California, where he is founder of the St. Hope Academy, a center for disadvantaged youth, to be built on this empty lot just a few blocks from KJ's boyhood home.
We're trying to get a building erected, and that will be our home, our safe place, and hopefully serve as a beacon of hope in the Oak Park community.
Recently, Kevin hosted a benefit dinner which raised $100,000 for his St. Hope dream.
Kevin is special. I use that word a lot. The reason he's special, he cares about people. He cares about all people.
On the basketball court, I'm an assist man. I mean, I like making assists. I like helping my teammates out, making the pass, and trying to let somebody else do something. And I think that's how I grew up. My grandparents and mom at a very early age instilled in me the importance to try to help somebody else out, and I guess make assists off the court.
When Sacramento High School held a ceremony to retire his number, KJ scored points by dishing out advice.
Always be proud of what you're a part of. You can accomplish anything you want if you believe in yourself. Education is the key that will unlock the door to a very successful future. we're no different. Just because we might make a little extra money or because we're athletes and entertainers, we're still people at heart, and we have to do what we can to try to make this world a little better.
What you learned in school yesterday?
Even signing autographs becomes an opportunity for KJ to spread his educational message.
Okay, I got my answer. Let me hear your answer. 81. Okay, good job, Mikey.
To see somebody and the expression on their face when they're helped out, that's really gratifying to me. People who are different in the right way are the people in the long run that are going to be still standing, are going to be recognized for doing something positive. That will allow you to be special. So I'm working on it, Mom.
Participating advertisers in Bulls basketball are Illinois Bell and Ameritech Company, reminding you that we're all connected. The people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it. Your local McDonald's restaurant, where what you want is what you get. That's McDonald's today. The Chicago Tribune. Get in the game. Get a Tribune. And your local Ford dealer. Quality people, quality products.
Halftime, Wayne Larrivee, Johnny Redker. You know, they call this the Texas Triangle that the Bulls are in the middle of, but judging from Redker's dinner tonight, I think it's the Taco Triangle.
Yeah, they got the one leg in the quicksand. They're being pulled down. They've lost one in Texas already. Let's take a look at tonight's highlights. Pretty good highlights. Well, we'll take a look at Horace Grant. Scottie Pippen takes it on in. He misses the shot with Elijah on a little tap. Horace goes down on the floor, picks it up, gives a little fake, and right up and in. Nice job to get Horace started here. Here comes Maxwell, drives in, kicks it behind him. Hakeem Olajuwon takes one step in and power slams it. Nobody picked up. Bill was trying to help out on the little man driving. Otis Thorpe, who will also be a member of the All-Star team, gets a kick out here from Kenny Smith. He takes one step. Nice little left-hand running hook, and in it goes. Another All-Star from Chicago, Scottie Pippen. You want to see a 360 right here. Scottie on a dime, you turn, come on in, lay it in. Beautifully done. Another guy will be at the All-Star game. It'll be a big night for him, but it'll be on Saturday afternoon. Watch this. Long distance three by Craig Hodges. He has 8.
Craig Hodges was our guest on the Bullseye prior to tonight's game, and he talked about technique with that three-point shot. It's not just practice, you got to practice correctly.
Well, the Bulls couldn't find anything up there offensively, and they got some help off the bench. 24 points, matter of fact, from the bench. They chipped in pretty good, and it was good to see Craig get that stroke back. The Bulls have to close it up here in the third quarter, and they're having trouble when they get that big dominant center to block some shots. It's 8-1 in block shots tonight.
Well, John, part of that, I imagine, would be so much of the Bulls game is the penetration of a Jordan, of a Pippen, even a Horace Grant getting inside. And when you've got a dominating shot blocker like a David Robinson at San Antonio the other night, and Hakeem Olajuwon here tonight, makes it really difficult. That takes them out of their sync a little bit.
Well, it does. And when you get a guy like Craig Hodges and B.J. Armstrong to hit a couple outside shots, that can open it up for you to go in the middle. So let's hope that it's open a little bit here the second half. The Bulls can get to the basket.
But the Rockets have the lead. They scored 65 first half points, and the Bulls will be looking to get a big stop in the third period of play. That generally has been their big period. There's a look at Phil Jackson on the Chicago bench. Statistically, in that first half of play, 11 points for Scottie Pippen will lead the way for the Bulls. 9 points for Bill Cartwright. And for the Rockets, 14 from Hakeem Olajuwon on 7 of 11 shooting from the field. 10 points for Otis Thorpe, 10 for Vernon Maxwell. There's a look at Don Chaney and the Houston Rockets. And they have played well here tonight, as the Bulls expected they would. They've been very aggressive at the guard position and getting a lot of production up front from Olajuwon and Thorpe. And Phil Jackson and company, they're trying to get their game together, just haven't quite been able to put it together yet. And have been somewhat out of sync. It's been a game played, John, a little surprising that for the most part this game has been played in many respects on the half court for the Bulls, really.
Yeah, it has. And again, you give that big man Olajuwon a chance to go back and set up defensively, and he can kill you underneath. The Bulls are going to have to get some fast break points here. So starting the same way they started the game, Thorpe, Herrera, Olajuwon,
And let's get connected with the Illinois Bell halftime stats just before we get started here in this second half. There's a look at the shooting. Bulls came up to 49%. They were down around 33% much of the first half of play. And the Bulls resume offensively as we begin the second half of play. Scottie Pippen. Pippen from the outside, picked up on a switch by Olajuwon, drives right by him to the bucket off the glass. Scottie with 13. The Rockets set it up now. Their lead has been sliced to 5. It was the largest Bulls. 14 in that first half of play.
I believe it was.
Vernon Maxwell with the alley-oop to Otis Thorpe at the baseline. He finds Herrera and a foul.
They played over the top to Otis Thorpe. There didn't seem like there was any way they could get the ball to him, but what he did was catch the ball. The ball was going out of bounds. He catches it, establishes underneath, fires it down in. Nobody comes over to get Herrera, and he dumps it in with the left hand and draws a foul.
Bill Cartwright's second personal. That's the first on the team in the early going of this third quarter. Carl Herrera puts in on the free throw. Make it on Pippen on that foul. Not on Bill Cartwright, but on Scottie Pippen. I don't know. We saw it at the baseline. It's hard to tell what Scottie Pippen did to him. You knew that Cartwright got him with the body. Jordan hits from the outside. He has 10. Smith with a decisive pass to Thorpe. Herrera on the perimeter. Trying to feed Thorpe in a crowd. Thorpe with the fade. Cartwright the rebound. Scottie Pippen sets it up. Nothing but net for Pippen. He's got the first 2 of the first 3 field goals in this third quarter for the Bulls. 15 points for Pippen. Vernon Maxwell leaves for Kenny Smith. Hakeem Olajuwon. Herrera there for the rebound. Kenny Smith for 3.
Yep, another 3. Off of the offensive rebound, they get it. They get the big guy to miss a shot. Kenny Smith brings it up.
Pippen leaves for Grant. Horace unattended. 8 for Horace Grant. 4 out of 6 from the field for Horace. Kenny Smith chased by John Paxson. Nice feed into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe with 12. This is Scottie Pippen. Off a screen by Cartwright.
Stuck on automatic.
17 for Pippen, including 6 of the 10. The Bulls points in the third quarter. 9.5 to go, third quarter. Double team on Smith, and he gives up the basketball. Jordan takes it away.
3 by Scottie, maybe, huh? Nope.
He had a notion, though. He was thinking your way. Pippen on the drive, leaves to Horace Grant. Grant over Herrera. Pippen back taps the rebound, taken by Vernon Maxwell. Got a 2-on-3. Kenny Smith.
Oh, he's come out of hibernation. Got 7.
That's a 3-point field goal and a 2-pointer here in this third quarter, does Kenny Smith. And again, he's the guy who hasn't scored in 3 games coming into tonight's contest.
So wants to post down low, but they won't let him. Scottie gets hit by Herrera as he cut across the lane. His 3rd foul.
First on the team here, this third quarter.
Don Chaney was looking down his bench when Scottie hit a couple hoops. He's saying, who could I put on this guy? He's got Buck Johnson sitting there, but Herrera will stay with the call.
John Paxson off the screen by Horace Grant. Picked up on a switch by Otis Thorpe. Now it's Grant on the mismatch, and they go to Grant with Kenny Smith on him. Bill Cartwright with a chip shot. Cartwright with 11. Cartwright 5 of 8 from the field. Rockets. Hakeem Olajuwon. Great pass. Cartwright
crossover dribble. Bill bit for it. In they went. Boom.
16 for Hakeem. His first 2 of the third quarter.
Bill had him where he wanted him, outside.
Yep.
He started to the right, crossed over.
I tell you, Hakeem is so quick, though. When you give him any kind of space. Grant denied by Maxwell. Picked off by Herrera. Good defense, Vernon Maxwell. Kenny Smith penetrating. Otis Thorpe tied up at the baseline.
Foul on Thorpe.
Yep, offensive foul on Otis Thorpe. First personal on Thorpe.
Kenny Smith gives it to him underneath the basket. He gets where he can't go anywhere, and then he blasts Horace.
Back live as the Bulls resume. Cartwright, tough shot over Olajuwon, didn't get the roll. Horace working the board hard. Back taps to Pippen. John Paxson resets it. Plenty of time left on the shot clock now. Cartwright. Picked up by Olajuwon. Horace Grant. Oh, nice look to Cartwright. Knocked away by Johnson. Smith to Buck Johnson. Over Scottie Pippen. Jordan is there.
Right, Bulls have to capitalize on this break.
Bulls down by 7. Paxson to cut it to 5.
It is.
First 2 points of the game for John Paxson. Only his second shot. Timeout taken by Don Chaney and company. The Bulls have charged back into it with 7:06 left to go. Third quarter. It's a 5-point Houston lead. Miller Lite scoreboard. A light night in the NBA. Cleveland beat Orlando. And the Lakers lead Denver in the first half of play out of the Mile High City. And right here, we're third quarter. Houston leading by 5. Rockets have led since the opening minutes of play. Otis Thorpe on the inbound, going baseball feed to Maxwell. Bulls get back quickly. Maxwell hits Buck Johnson on the trail. Got a foul coming up prior to the pass to Olajuwon.
Go Cartwright on the foul. Second. No shot. He pitched it back out. Buck Williams. They broke the press and threw it almost 3/4 court, which is it's not something that's usually done to the Bulls.
Yet it is part of the Rocket repertoire. They do that often in most games. They'll do it 2 or 3 times a game, so it is something they do on a regular basis, but not a lot against the Bulls.
What they'll do is on a shot, when a guy releases on a shot.
Olajuwon is fouled by Cartwright. That is Bill's third now, and the third on the team. I'm sorry?
No, I say they'll do that on a shot, release somebody and break him down on a shot. Here, Olajuwon just goes back door on the play, pushes Bill out, comes on inside, and Jordan tries to help out. Bill fouls him. So Olajuwon to the line for the first time tonight.
Hakeem with 16 points in the game. Olajuwon gets to the line quite often, but is only a 72% free throw shooter. Thorpe's another one who gets to the line a lot because he drives to the basket inside. He's only a 70.8% free throw shooter. 1 out of 2 at the line for Hakeem. 17 points in the game, and the Rockets have a 6-point advantage over the Bulls with 6:40 to go in this the third quarter. Pippen finds Jordan on the fade. Olajuwon the rebound. Kenny Smith back quickly for the Rockets. Houston by 6. Under 6.5 to go in the third. Olajuwon outside on Cartwright. Double and triple team. Maxwell open for a moment.
Yeah, good play.
Good play by John Paxson. Established position. Through the offensive foul on Vernon Maxwell. His second. Don Chaney not at all happy with the call.
Well, Mike Constable didn't call it. Don Bader saw it across. Paxson stepped out. Down he went. Vernon Maxwell with the foul, his second.
6-point lead for the Rockets. 6:14 to go, third quarter. Paxson played tight by Kenny Smith. Cartwright way outside.
They're trying to bring Olajuwon out. They can't get him out here.
Jordan with 8 to go on the shot clock. Off a screen by Cartwright.
Scottie.
Pippen to Paxson.
Hot potato. That ball went around the perimeter. No, but they all faced up, and each time Olajuwon looked at him, they passed it to another man. Pax gets his 4th point in this quarter.
And each time they passed it, the second went off the clock. By the time Pax got it away, there was 2 to go on the shot clock. Olajuwon has to chase down to the baseline. Buck Johnson in a crowd manufactures a shot. Here's Hakeem. Hakeem with the slam. 19 for Olajuwon inside where he dominates. minutes to go, third quarter. Michael Jordan ducks in under Otis Thorpe. Rebound, Horace Grant working hard, and he's fouled by Olajuwon.
Olajuwon's third. Horace, just when it looked like they were going to clean up on the boards again, Horace comes out of nowhere to get the shot missed by Michael. Goes up in the air, Olajuwon cracks him, and Grant to the line for the first time.
And again, boy, that's what you call work on the boards on the offensive glass. Horace Grant. 9 for Horace now in the game.
Horace has got more assists than rebounds, which is odd. He's got 6 assists and 5 rebounds.
It is strange.
Finding the open man and getting it to him.
1 out of 2 is all she wrote. Here's the long lead pass. Maxwell. Johnson saves, and on the save attempt, he tips it out of bounds.
Phil really upset.
Right here, let's pause for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago, America's #1 sports station.
With our producer director Arnie Harris, Wayne Larrabee, and Johnny Rutker at the summit. Michael Jordan with his second bucket of the third quarter. He has 12 points in the game. Bulls are back to within 3. Otis Thorpe left it short, and Cartwright the rebound. Bulls trying to put together a run with 4.5 to go in the third. Scottie Pippen. The Rockets have played with some intensity defensively on the half court, John.
Olajuwon on Michael. Here we go.
Jordan takes him down low. Rebound back tap by Olajuwon to Buck Johnson. Kenny Smith to Vernon Maxwell.
Back up to 5. Bulls had a chance. They had that ball down there. Couldn't get the good shot off.
Just under 4 minutes to go. Third quarter. Cartwright to the high post. Jordan off the screen. Vernon Maxwell. Jordan missing again from the outside. Kenny Smith. Maxwell for 3.
He's got it too. They're on a run. Bulls have to slow down a little bit here.
15 for Vernon Maxwell. 3:31 for the third. And the Rockets lead it by 8. On February 17th, Bulls take on the Cavaliers. It's Subway night. First 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls premium item, compliments of Subway. And by the way, McDonald's donates $50 to charitables when any Bulls players slam dunks during tonight's game. Michael Jordan and company back on the floor, trailing by 8, 85, 77, 30, 31 to go, third quarter.
Interesting stat, over 16 feet. The Rockets are 14 out of 23. The Bulls 10 out of 19, but layups 15 out of 20. And the Bulls only 8 of 18. So that good defense that the Rockets have put up inside.
Pippen to Grant. Left it woefully short, an air ball. Olajuwon the rebound.
That's that inside defense, that interior defense that they play is really tough.
It really forces you, even if it's just a subconscious type of thing, it does force you to change your shot.
Yeah, this team is an up and down team. They either win like 8 out of 9 or lose 7 out of 8. If something happens to them.
Olajuwon. Rockets have won 6 of their last 9.
Bulls got it down to 3.
It's back to 10 now. Under 3 minutes to go. Third quarter.
Everybody's standing. Everybody's standing.
Pippen.
Everybody was standing on that play.
Back tap to Cartwright.
Bill knocks it in.
13 for Bill Cartwright on 6 of 10 shooting from the floor. He also has 8 rebounds. Maxwell on the drive.
Offense.
No, offensive foul, Vernon Maxwell, and he can't believe it.
Neither can Don Chaney hollering on the sideline. Tomjanovich up. He drives. Pax closed the door on him again. Twice he's come over.
You know what? That was more obvious than the first offensive foul of Vernon Maxwell. And Don Chaney can't believe it. Rockets coach Don Chaney in rather animated fashion, arguing his point on the sidelines. Pippen over Olajuwon. Hakeem trying to control the rebound, taps it over to Smith. Lead for Vernon Maxwell. Blocked by Jordan, but a foul.
Jordan on the foul. They said he got him on the side of the head, so Maxwell goes to the line.
That is the second on Michael, the fourth on the team.
He was going to come in to stuff the ball. He lost the handle on it, and MJ caught him over the side.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he lost it. He lost it. He wasn't going to make that shot anyway.
That's what Michael was saying. He said he lost that, but he knocks the free throw in.
16 now for Vernon Maxwell. There's Phil Jackson making his point.
The Bulls not answering the runs by these two Texas teams in the second half.
17 for Maxwell. Again, the lead is 10 points. Under 2 minutes to go. Third quarter. Houston on top. Cartwright to Pippen. Johnson stays right with Scottie. Now Olajuwon picks him up on the switch. Cartwright double team, looking for help. 5 to go on the shot clock. Scottie Pippen on the fadeaway. Rebound Cartwright. Well, actually Horace Grant. Cartwright helped to steer it to him. And the Bulls reset the offense.
That's the Bulls offense. One man has it and they stand.
Incredible.
What is this?
Cartwright and a foul finally.
Yeah, on Olajuwon, and that's his fourth foul, but Scottie got hung up in the air, and Olajuwon may be right saying it was a travel call.
See if we can pick it up.
Scottie.
Well, we can't right there, but there's the extra pass. Again, Olajuwon forcing Grant to make the extra pass. Let's see right here. I think he did shuffle, don't you?
That's a tough call.
It's hard to pick up on that particular frame, but it looked like he might have shuffled and got away with one, which is good for the Bulls. Cartwright puts in on his first. He will have another. A look at the log from Tuesday night at San Antonio. Bill has done much better point-wise here tonight with 14.
17 is his high this year.
He has 15 now. Rockets by 8. 1:10 to go in the quarter. Smith utilizing a pick by Thorpe, penetrating all the way. Grant the rebound to Jordan. Jordan against Maxwell. Jordan has it stripped away by Vernon Maxwell on the foul.
Maxwell's got his fourth.
That's the second foul on Houston in the last 2 minutes.
Michael comes down, gets that tongue out. He gets Maxwell going one way. Maxwell saying he's hit the ball and possibly did, but we couldn't see it here with the back in front of us. Stacey King is in the lineup now for Bill Cartwright. Let's take one more look at it. Well, we might have got him on the left arm, but Sleepy Floyd comes in the game. MJ, surprisingly.
Michael, kind of a quiet 13 points here tonight. I say that in the hopes that he'll become noisier in the fourth period. 14 for Jordan. Bulls are back to within 6. Under a minute to go. Third quarter. Buck Johnson. Sleepy Floyd. Back tap by Jordan. John Paxson is there. Pax to Stacey King. Horace Grant working the board.
Yes!
Slam there. $50 to charitables from McDonald's.
Ouch, it says on the scoreboard. So 30 seconds to go here in this quarter. The Bulls down by only 4 now.
Otis Thorpe. Buck Johnson. Pippen back taps the rebound to Paxson. Bulls a chance right here to play for one last shot. No shot clock. Time left in the quarter. Right hand corner of your screen. And the Bulls are trailing 89-85. Jordan. Picked up on a switch by Rollins. Takes him baseline. Leads for King. Tipped away. Picked off by Floyd. Sleepy Floyd trying to beat the buzzer. off the top of the backboard. So the Bulls have pulled back to within 4 at the end of 3 complete. They trail the Rockets 89-85. Can be frustrating inside the Texas Triangle. Michael Jordan's reaction to the last sequence by the Bulls, where they had an opportunity to close to within 2 but lost the ball on a turnover. Take a look at the numbers. Third quarter, Bulls held the edge on the boards and did a little bit better from the field than the Rockets.
Craig Hodges gets the call here with BJ, Michael. Smaller team in here. Scottie, or Horace and Stacey King.
Stacey King, right. Avery Johnson, Sleepy Floyd, Buck Johnson, Rollins, and Thorpe for the Rockets. Buck Johnson to Avery Johnson. Sleepy Floyd. Avery Johnson is the open man.
Yes, sir. Good movement. Avery Johnson pays off for him again.
He has 5 points in the game. Opening minute of play, fourth quarter.
Very sound player.
Michael Jordan picked up on a switch by Tree Rollins.
Clean out. He'll go baseline dunk on him.
Jordan beats Horace Grant. Nice look to Stacey King. On the reverse, he's fouled. Foul is on Tree Rollins. His first, and the first on for the Rockets in this fourth period of play.
Stacey collects the ball, tries to go up with it, and gets whacked. Olajuwon comes in the game now along with Maxwell. And Buck Johnson goes out. They go with a smaller lineup. They go with their 2 big guys up front and a 3-guard offense, as do the Bulls. And they don't have that big guy up front.
Stacey King, all 8 of his points tonight came in the second quarter, where he was 2 of 2 at the free throw line, and this is his first here. There's a look at Hakeem. He'll be in the All-Star game for the 7th time in his 8 years.
And that is the correct pronunciation. According, he missed the second one here. According to the PR office here, it is Hakeem.
Well, they changed it, John. It used to be Hakeem, A-H sound, right, and now it's H-A, Hakeem.
Yeah, it is pronounceable. It's not a silent.
Avery Johnson. Sleepy Floyd. Double teamed is Floyd. Thorpe. Vernon Maxwell.
Oh, what air ball. Oh, got it. Bulls got it.
They get called a 24-second violation anyway, but
Bulls were on their way.
Take a look at the numbers by quarter. Bulls tightening down defensively in that third period after giving up 30-plus points in each of the first 2 quarters of the game. Craig Hodges. An excellent second period for the Bulls with 8 points in the second quarter. B.J. Armstrong, Stacey King. Armstrong off the screen. King chases down. B.J. over Maxwell. 8 for B.J. Armstrong.
He's too good a shooter to miss 2 in a row from the same spot.
Wide open, right.
Bulls hang tough. They just can't get to that number.
They're down by 4 now. 10:20 to go are the Bulls. Johnson trying to feed Olajuwon. King tries to deny the interior feed, and he pushed off on Hakeem. Stacey King's first. That is the first on the Bulls in this fourth period of play. Phil Jackson continues to debate with the officials. Mike Costable, the target of Phil's ire right now. Avery Johnson.
Thorpe just chasing him as that screen.
Yeah. Now Avery Johnson forces it down low to Olajuwon, and he couldn't handle it. It's out of bounds. I believe Stacey got a piece of the ball as well. Stacey misdirected the interior feed, and then Olajuwon could not latch on. B.J. Armstrong sets it up. Bulls go to work off the turnover. Michael Jordan. Stacey King. Hodges on the drive with the runner. King pries it loose at the baseline, but ran out of real estate. It'll belong to the Rockets. Timeout taken. 22nd timeout taken by the Rockets. 9:47 left to go for the game.
And the Bulls didn't get a good shot. That I should say good shot, but it wasn't one established by with 2 feet in the ground. Hodges going to his left had to get the shot up to beat the clock, and then the ball went out of bounds.
Want to remind you, start your weekend right with the weekend morning news. Detailed weather, complete sports results and highlights, and the latest news Saturday and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. right here on Channel 9. Don't forget, the news follows the game here from Houston. Allison Payne and company. He's set to go. 9:47 left to go in this one. The Bulls are trailing the Rockets by 4. Michael Jordan yet to really heat up in the game. He's got 14 points, John, but they've been pretty well spread. 6 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter. Jordan just 5 of 16 from the field. Avery Johnson sets it up. Michael had 6 in that third quarter. Hakeem Olajuwon, double team by Hodges, turns over Stacey King. 23 for Olajuwon. He had 34 points and 23 rebounds the other night of the victory over Minnesota here at the Summit. Hodges to Michael Jordan. Finds Armstrong. BJ with 10. Again, the Bulls back to within 4. Coming up on 9 minutes left to go, fourth quarter.
Yeah, I remind you that the Bulls have not lost 2 in a row this year.
Since, what, the opening week of the season, John? Loss at Milwaukee and a loss at home to Golden State. That's the only time this year. And you, of course, were talking about this calendar year. Vernon Maxwell off the fadeaway. 3 to go on the shot clock. Hodges was trying to fight for the rebound. Floyd takes the back tap. The Rockets reload the shot clock and the offense. Olajuwon, the turnaround on King. No, but a foul. Stacey picking up his second. That's the second on the team in the fourth quarter.
Stacey King, his second personal foul, second team foul of the period.
Olajuwon waves that right arm out. That's where he wants it. Turns around and gets hit way high in the air. Good elevation.
Olajuwon heads to the free throw stripe. There are his numbers.
That's on the year, 49%.
From the field, yeah.
That's not a very good percentage for a center.
But tonight
centers get all kinds of dunks, all kinds of breakaways. That is not a good field goal percentage for an all-star center.
And he is 11 of 17 from the floor, though, here tonight. Misses a pair at the line, and Jordan rebounds. He's only a 72% free throw shooter, which is not an outstanding percentage. Jordan sets it up for the Bulls. Chicago trailing 93-89. Jordan backing in, one-on-one with Maxwell. Olajuwon rejects it. Lloyd to Olajuwon. Blocked by Jordan, but the foul.
Beautiful play. Beautiful play on the other end. Michael picks up the third down here, but they're trying to post him up and keep B.J. Armstrong outside along with Hodges, and that time he wipes it right away. Then down the court they come. Michael gets him on the arm, and he can't quite get the ball into the hoop. 8:07 to go here. The Bulls down by 4. Olajuwon just missed 2 free throws. Drained this one, yeah.
2 out of 4 at the line is Hakeem. I think a 2 out of 5 for Olajuwon. 2 out of 6. And the Bulls take over, trailing by 5. 8 minutes straight up to go in the game. Hodges. Jordan against Maxwell, and they clear it out.
Olajuwon standing right there.
King can't handle the rebound. Avery Johnson off of Stacey King, out of bounds. Heads up play by the veteran guard. And well appreciated by the faithful here in Houston. This is not bad for just a guy you pick up because somebody got injured, huh? Avery Johnson's done a great job for this team.
He's had as many assists as you can possibly get.
Otis Thorpe in among the trees. It'll belong to Chicago. Knocked out of bounds by the Rockets.
In NCAA play, I mean, he was one of the top playmakers.
Craig Hodges in the ball game. Been in for much of this fourth period of play. Bulls would like to get him a three-point shot if they could. Jordan from the outside. Michael having a tough night from the field. Horace Grant pries loose the rebound. They're playing pinball down low. Stacey King has it blocked from behind. Sleepy Floyd back the other way. Otis Thorpe. Avery Johnson around Grant. Rebound won't go on the tip. Here comes BJ. Armstrong on the drive. Hodges in rhythm from three. No, make it two. He has a toe on the three-point line. Craig Hodges with 10.
We got to figure out how to get him more shots. He's 4 out of 5 for 10 points. Down by 3 now. 6:25.
Avery Johnson sets it up for the Rockets. Sleepy Floyd. Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell over Grant.
Oh, he threw it up into the rafters. It came down through the net.
19 for Maxwell. Timeout, Chicago. Standing O for the Rockets, who lead Michael Jordan and the Bulls by 5. 6:02 to go. A reminder, fans, at 20 Bulls home games, a lucky fan will be selected to participate in the Budget Rent-A-Car Smart Money Contest with a chance to win $25,000. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Redker, our producer-director Arnie Harris at the Summit in Houston, where the Bulls are trailing by 5. And there is a look at the numbers from the field in this fourth period of play.
MJ shooting 5 for 19. Bill Cartwright back in the lineup for Horace.
Cartwright to the high post. Craig Hodges off the screen. Rebound, Otis Thorpe. Avery Johnson in transition with Sleepy Floyd ahead, but the Bulls get back quickly on defense. Thorpe inside. Rebound claimed by Scottie Pippen.
Scotty, maybe?
Rebound taken by Avery Johnson. Here comes Sleepy Floyd. Vernon Maxwell gets the step.
Vernon Maxwell powers to the hoop out of the corner.
7 points the lead for Houston. 5:10 to go. Hodges to Pippen. Scottie against Maxwell. Shot clock. BJ Armstrong. Armstrong penetrates off the glass. Olajuwon the rebound.
Boy, they've thrown a steel curtain up there now with about 4:40 to go.
Rockets set it up. Avery Johnson on the wing. Olajuwon fighting for position on Cartwright. Has to take it out on the perimeter. Avery Johnson, and time winds down to the shot clock. Don Chaney.
Kenny Smith comes in for Avery. Horace Grant and Michael Jordan coming back in the game. The Bulls are only giving up 99 points a game. They gave up 109 in San Antonio, and right now the Rockets sitting at 98 with over 4 minutes and 25 seconds to play in this quarter. So the Bulls got to tighten the screws defensively here.
Michael Jordan coming back in a few moments along with Horace Grant. Bulls set it up. Pippen finds Cartwright. Back to Scottie. 20-footer won't go for Scottie Pippen. And the Bulls from the outside a bit cool here in this fourth period. Rockets lead by 7, coming up on 4 minutes straight up to go in the game. Bulls came in here 37-6. Olajuwon working hard to get open on Bill Cartwright. Kenny Smith clears to Maxwell.
He lost it, caught his own shot. Yes, sir.
Yes.
He was so ready to fire that 3. He let it fly. It went about a foot out of his hand. He caught it again, and they turn it over 3:48, and that gets Jordan and Grant into the game now.
There's an update on the Denver Laker game. 6-point lead for the Lakers at the break. Just 3 games tonight in the NBA. They've been driving baseline. Missed the slam. Kenny Smith on the run. Jordan back. Smith.
He went to go up and slam that ball over the top of Olajuwon. Ball bounced out and they score on it. 9-point lead, 190-101.
Fans, a reminder for the best selection of Bulls hats, t-shirts, jackets, and other NBA merchandise. Visit the official Bulls team shops at any one of the Chicagoland Carson Perry Scott stores. High scores for the game. Scottie Pippen with 17 points, but that's come on 7 of 18 shooting from the field. Hakeem Olajuwon with 24. He has hit 11 of 17 from the field. Bulls shooting 44% for the game. They lead the league at 51% overall from the field. Jordan's got to crank it up, and he does. 16 for Michael Jordan, who's now 6 of 20 from the field. Olajuwon against Cartwright. Rebound Horace Grant to Scottie Pippen. Bulls down by 7. 3 minutes straight up to go. Jordan doesn't get the roll. Grant can't make it go on the tip, and Otis Thorpe, the all-star, with the rebound. Sleepy Floyd sets up the offense to Kenny Smith. Under 3 minutes to go. Bulls are trailing by 7. 2:40 remaining in the game. Olajuwon to Thorpe. And back right outside of Maxwell, and misses on the play. Jordan got a piece of that interior feed, and Maxwell almost converted from the perimeter. But the Bulls set it up offensively. Michael Jordan picked up on a switch by Olajuwon. Double team by Maxwell.
No, bad
feed intended for Pippen. Stolen away by Sleepy Floyd. Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell is stopped by Armstrong, but a foul.
They had Michael in the right-hand corner. Olajuwon coming over, stalking him. MJ put up a pass, but it was a dying quail of Scottie. Intercepted. There's the pass. Michael with a 2-hand jump pass over, and it gave Floyd the chance to get over and pick the ball off, or Kenny Smith. And Vernon Maxwell celebrates his return to the lineup in a big way.
22 points now for Maxwell. Phil Jackson on one end and Don Chaney on the other. 1 out of 2 for Maxwell at the line. Bulls are trailing by 8. Pippen fouled on the slam attempt. Fouls coming up on Thorpe. Second on Thorpe. Second on the team. See how much of Scottie Otis got. Looked like he grazed him just a bit. There it is, right there with the left elbow. Scottie Pippen with a pair at the line. 17 in the game. His first point of the 4th quarter. Phil Jackson steady as she goes. Scottie trying to cut the deficit. Down to 6.
Bulls looking for a phone booth. Michael taking it out. Here he comes. There it is. There it is. Michael was on the runway. Missed the shot. Michael powered it in.
John, I got to ask you.
They didn't block him out.
Does Scottie Pippen miss this on purpose?
No, he tried to make it. Michael was in the runway. Bam! Slammed it through.
That worked too well. That
3 points the hard way.
Steal. Here's the steal by Jordan. Michael and Superman with the roll.
Well, they found the phone booth. Timeout by Houston.
Timeout Rockets with 1:47 to go in the game, and the Bulls are back to within 3. Watch Michael Jordan in the open court. He takes us to the break. February 11th, the Bulls will be playing the New Jersey Nets as a special attraction. Sports Channel will present the Gorilla. Don Chaney has seen his team's lead slip to 3 points. Houston basketball. Bulls pressure in the backcourt. saw the timeout situation just a moment ago. Under 2 minutes to go. Coming up on 1:35 now. Left to go in the game. Time left of the game. Right-hand corner of your screen. 9 to go on the shot clock. Maxwell to Olajuwon. In close. Missed it. Horace Grant the rebound. Here's Pippen. Scottie to Horace Grant. Taken away by Otis Thorpe. Great play by Thorpe.
Thorpe came down and stole the ball. That would have been a chance at a three-point play for the Bulls.
Sleepy Floyd out of the perimeter.
Off his knee.
Gambling off the knee of Sleepy Floyd. It'll belong to Chicago.
They caught him in a double team, Armstrong and Jordan. He was just going to dribble it out and make a lazy pass. They slapped it. It hit the ball, hit his knee. But take a look right here. He was going to look for the pass. Michael slapped it, bounced off his knee. Bulls inbound it with 1:10, trailing by 3.
About a minute left to go. Armstrong. Jordan wants it.
Yeah!
22 for Michael Jordan. 8 in the fourth period of play.
1 point. Less than a minute.
Avery Johnson. B.J. Armstrong right on him. Otis Thorpe. Guarded by Horace Grant. Maxwell to Floyd.
A short.
The rebound.
Oh, the ball was short. Nobody saw it except Otis Thorpe. Had a great look, picked it up and laid it in.
Otis Thorpe coming from underneath on a reverse off the rebound. Jordan. Rebound to Grant. Bulls are still right there, trailing by a point. 24 seconds to go. Timeout called by Houston. Don Chaney and company trying to hang on.
What a comeback by the Bullies. That looked like they were completely out of this game. Jordan did step into the phone booth, as we said. We were looking for one. He came out with 4 quick points.
And a couple of key defensive plays, John, where he triggered the ball loose or blocked a shot. Phil Jackson and company trying to make the comeback. 24 seconds to go.
Here's the Jordan miss. Everybody up in the air for the shot.
Scottie Pippen.
He tapped it to Horace. Horace was able to lay it over the top and in. But the shot before that, they played great defense down on this end. Great defense. The shot was short by Floyd. And the only guy that had a good look at it, we're going to take a look here. The shot from the side is missed by Floyd, and it's short. It looked from where we were, it went right through. And the only guy that had a good look at it was Otis Thorpe. He caught the glass, put it up to give him the 3-point lead, and then Horace is heroic. So 24 seconds exactly. The Rockets have 2 fouls. The Bulls have 4. Excitement at the old ballpark.
And a reminder, I guess so, on February 15th, the Bulls take on the New York Knicks. It's Richard Wild Irish Rose Wine Night. First 5,000 women 21 and older will receive a rose. Compliments of Richard's Wild Irish Rose Wine. Take a look at what the Rockets, you just saw it a moment ago, what they do down the stretch with 2 minutes to go in the game.
You got a crowd here of 16,611, a sellout. They're into it here. They don't want to leave the timeout yet. Chaney telling them, keep it spread. You've got to keep it spread. Everybody on their feet here in this building. Excitement.
So the Rockets will have the basketball. The Bulls with full court pressure. 24 seconds straight up to go in the game. Thorpe looking on the inbounds. Forces it to Maxwell. Double team. Tied up.
Foul.
We got a foul.
Yep. It's on Scottie. Looked like they had the tie-up, but Pippen gets a foul.
Phil Jackson thought they had the tie-up.
They bring it in. Horace comes from the one side. Scottie reaches in for the grab, and they say that they get the foul. So with 21.1, Vernon Maxwell to the line. He's missed his first one. He's missed his last one. Made 7 in between.
Maxwell with 23. He can make it a 3-point game with 21.1 seconds left. Got a timeout taken by the Bulls. And a reminder that on February 17th, when the Bulls take on the Cavaliers, it's Subway night. The first 10,000 fans entering the stadium will receive a Bulls premium item, compliments of Subway.
Scottie went in for a layup of sorts, and he got fouled, went to the line, missed the shot, made the first free throw. The second one, he was on the line. You can't see Michael, but he's on the runway. And finally, Kenny Smith points and says, watch out for Jordan. Yes, watch out for Jordan is right, but it's too late. He comes up and powers the ball in. And that may be the last time you folks see that. I'm glad you had a chance to see that on WGN, because every team in the league now will be saying, hey, keep him up.
They'll have a guy out there on the runway with him.
All right, it's 104, 102.
Now, what do you look for here as far as the Maxwell situation goes? How much does it alter the Bulls' strategy with 21.1 seconds to go if Maxwell makes his free throw? I imagine do they have two-type plays set up, do the Bulls, for this situation? Obviously, they're going to need 3 points if he makes the free throw. If he doesn't, they can settle for 2 and force overtime.
The plays are set up. The first option, I'm sure, would be Michael. The second one would be Scottie. And BJ will be hanging out around the perimeter. But we'll have to see if they take a foul very quickly to keep. If it all depends on Vernon Maxwell's miss or make here. If he makes it, the Rockets could take a foul on him, make him shoot 2 free throws, or if they miss, you've got to make sure you get the rebound. They've got 2 outstanding rebounders in that second lane under the basket that'll be heading for the All-Star game in Orlando, and that's Hakeem Olajuwon and Otis Thorpe. The Bulls will counter underneath with Bill Cartwright and Horace Grant.
Vernon Maxwell overall shoots at 76% from the free throw stripe, trying to make his second. He has 23 points in this ball game here tonight.
See if anybody for them comes from the outside.
Maxwell missed it. Scottie Pippen. Bulls can tie with 2.
There's a foul.
He's fouled by Thorpe.
All right, they had a foul, I think, to take.
Yes, that's only the 3rd on the team. First in the last 2 minutes.
The Bulls take another timeout. They'll talk about it here. You know, it's an interesting thing is that the Bulls are 2-0 in overtime. One game they won against Seattle in overtime. The second they won in a double overtime against Portland. Now, they've both been on the road. You look at this club, they're 3-1 in overtime. But they're 0-1 in overtime. They've won them in double overtime.
Yes. Our producer director is Arnie Harris. Our coordinating producer, Bill Borson. And our associate producer is Joe Corneo. And a reminder, the news follows our telecast from the Summit here in Houston. And the next time we'll have the Bulls on Channel 9 will be coming up on Monday night against the Utah Jazz from Salt Lake City, the brand new Delta Center. It's supposed to be one of the state-of-the-art buildings in the NBA, and the Jazz are just about unbeatable on that floor. So it should be quite a challenge for the Bulls. Still quite a challenge just ahead here.
You know, I can recall the Bulls with an early lead in the first quarter. Then they got to a point where it was, I believe it was a 3-point. It was just 3 points was the biggest lead that they were able to close it down to. And then it was opened up again by the Rockets. And now the Bulls come right back and make it as close as it's been since the very first quarter. There's Phil drawing shoes.
Maybe he is. Here's our next telecast coming up. Bullseye, 8 p.m. Central Time, Monday night at Utah. Yeah. When all else fails, draw sneakers.
All right, who we've got for the Bulls coming out? Bill Cartwright, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and B.J. Armstrong.
16.6 left to go for the game. Bulls will have it inside court. The foul on Pippen was a non-shooting affair.
Let's see if they take. Let's see if they take the delay game. We'll find out. Doesn't look like they're going to guard Pippen taking the ball in.
Scottie looking on the inbounds. The Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen. Pippen on the drive. Rebound back tap. Pippen to Avery Johnson. Ahead Vernon Maxwell.
Somebody got a foul quick.
Down. Maxwell to Thorpe. And Scottie Pippen fouls him with 4.2 seconds left.
Well, they took the ball all the way in. Scottie took the ball all the way in. Jordan was open on the out-of-bounds play. He's open in the corner in the out-of-bounds play. They come to Horace. Scottie takes it on down. Takes it in hard. Olajuwon comes over. He gets the shot up. They miss it. Thorpe bangs it back up. And it looked like Horace got rolled under, but Thorpe will be at the free throw line. Big-time free throws, and that one is nothing but net.
Thorpe is only a 71% free throw shooter. But again, the Rockets in the last 2 minutes of ball games have been devastating from the line. 1 out of 2, and a three-pointer would tie the game for the Bulls. They take another timeout. So 105-102, 3.7 seconds remaining for the Bulls, and they will have the ball.
They've already lost one game on the start of this 6-game trip. They've lost it to San Antonio the other day, 109-104. They do not want to go down 2 games at the start of this trip. Cleveland looks like a winner tonight, and that would bring it to a 7-game lead, but it gets you starting to think as you're on the road a little bit. The Bulls have been sensational on the road, 16-4. Against the 2 premier centers in the league, they fought through a lot of block shots. So 3-point field goals, Chicago 2 for 4. Houston 5 for 9. The 2 for 4 belongs to Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges, who's heating up for the All-Star weekend. The Rockets, a team that averages about 11 3-point field goal attempts per game. So that's not out of character by any means for Houston to shoot 9 3-point attempts. Again, more diagramming going on. The Bulls bench. Phil Jackson drawing up the play. The Bulls need a 3-pointer to tie the contest and send it into overtime. Or a drive and a foul where they convert the field goal and go to the line and hit a 3-point play that way.
Bulls have not given up many points in this quarter.
Bulls as a team, in case you're wondering, from 3-point range are just under 30%. There's Hakeem Olajuwon, 24 points tonight. That follows a 34-point, 23-rebound game for Hakeem. Otis Thorpe here tonight with his point total of 15 has now gone over for his career the 10,000 point mark.
Craig Hodges just entering the game.
Yep. Craig Hodges.
Everybody on their feet. Everybody still in the building. All 16, 6'11" of them.
B.J. Armstrong, Michael Jordan, Bill Cartwright. The lineup for Chicago. Rockets will be playing perimeter defense. Jordan for 3. Blocked by Olajuwon. And Hakeem takes it to end the game. The Bulls have lost 2 in a row. Hakeem Olajuwon out to get Jordan. Hakeem Olajuwon played tremendously well here tonight. That was his 6th blocked shot of the night, and it preserved a 105-102 victory for the Houston Rockets. And for the first time since the first week of the season, the Bulls have lost 2 in a row. Back with a wrap-up after these words.